Welcome to topic 4. Now we're going to focus on outcomes, and we will start with the benefits. So we will want to see how to actually measure and to quantify whether the vaccines actually hold their promise of protecting against disease. There's a whole series now of talks coming up, and the key things to understand are how throughout the life cycle these beneficial outcomes are measured. So we will be addressing terms like immunogenicity, efficacy, and effectiveness. Those are the probably 3 key terms. And in a first talk, Johannes Liese from University of Würzburg will actually try and weed out these, tease out these different concepts for us side by side, so it's very clear which one belongs where and what they actually mean.
After that, Steve Black from Cincinnati's Children's Hospital, he will talk about the immunological correlates of protection. And there it will be interesting to learn how these correlates are being established, and also which vaccines have an individual correlate of protection.
So once we know how to establish these correlates of protection, next question then is how to measure them in the early phase of development. So Matthew Snape from the Oxford Vaccine Group is going to look for us at how we can design phase 1 and 2 trials in order to be able to measure these outcomes. I think particularly important among these slides or take-home messages here are to look at how can we not only measure what is the correct measure, but also what is the correct control arm. So what is a suitable control arm? And quite important is to understand that some of these early trials at a state of relative ignorance, it has been quite useful to actually take the learnings from human challenge studies. So where the human beings, the subjects, have actually been exposed to wild-type disease in a controlled environment, and then their immune system responses were measured.
The next lecture will then be given by Thomas Verstraeten from P95 and Fabian Tibaldi from GSK. And they will be talking about the statistical considerations for pediatric vaccine trials, and they will do that based on phase 3 trials. Very important there is to understand what efficacy in vaccines means and how it is determined for vaccines.
And that is increasingly important in low and medium income countries. So a next step on the development of this storyline is to actually look at how can we deal with measuring effectiveness or efficacy for that matter in trials in low and medium income countries. And here, what are the specifics about the pediatric vaccine studies as opposed to drug studies again? So here it will be Nahia Salim again from Tanzania, who will be talking about the RTSS experience and particularly focus on the age de-escalation experience here and what the challenges were around this. You know so much about vaccines by now that this is actually going to be a case study, and we will ask you a tough question related to her introductory question, or talk actually.
And ending this module, we will do another exercise. In this exercise, you will be asked to look at the difference between pediatric drug and vaccine observational study protocols. And this exercise will be introduced and monitored by Miriam Sturkenboom from the Erasmus Medical Center.
Thank you and enjoy.